Welcome to the Deep Dives. You send us sources. We pull out the key insights. It's kind of your shortcut to getting informed without getting bogged down.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're digging into a really interesting piece. It's a blog post from Cognitive Market Research called Why Beauty Brands Sell Confidence While Consumers Buy for Self-Care.
Yeah, this one really gets to the heart of something, doesn't it? That gap between the message, buy this, feel confident, and why people actually seem to be buying beauty products these days.
Exactly. The traditional marketing playbook is all confidence, confidence, confidence.
Right.
But this research is pointing towards, well, self-care being a much bigger motivator now.
So that's our mission for this deep dive, right? To kind of unpack that. We'll look at why confidence was the go-to message for so long.
Yeah, where did that come from?
And then what's driving this this move towards self-care, how market research is figuring this all out.
And what that means for, like, marketing strategies now, product
Right.
development.
And maybe even what the future of beauty looks like. It's a pretty big shift.
Okay, so let's start with that historical angle. Why was confidence such a dominant theme for, well, decades?
Well, the blog post makes a good point. Confidence is something pretty much everyone wants, right?
Sure, universally desired.
And linking it to appearance is kind of a direct line for beauty brands. It taps into really basic psychological stuff, wanting to feel sure of yourself, wanting social approval, maybe feeling empowered.
So the products become tools almost. Tools to fight insecurity or manage how others see you.
Exactly. And think about how they sold it. The storytelling, those transformation narratives.
So yeah, the before and afters.
Right, often with celebrities or influencers. But even just relatable people, the visuals, the slogans, it all screams achievement, success, power, things often linked to feeling confident.
Like the product is the magic key. Use this lipstick. Unlock this feeling.
Precisely. It creates this really strong emotional connection. And that connection, drives people to try the product, builds loyalty, and lets brands charge more. In a super crowded market, selling confidence is a way to stand out. It's more than just selling, a moisturizer.
It's selling a feeling, an outcome.
Yeah.
Especially targeting people who connect beauty with, say, career success or social status.
Yeah, it became a core value proposition. But as the article suggests, maybe that story's a bit too simple for what's happening now.
Right, it's effective, no doubt. But maybe not the whole picture anymore.
That seems to be the case. While the confidence message clearly worked and probably still resonates with some, the research indicates a lot of us are picking up beauty products for different reasons now. Reasons more tied to, well, self-care.
Okay, self-care. It's a term we hear everywhere. But what does it really mean in the context of, like, buying face cream or something?
The article does a good job breaking that down. It's not just about looking good anymore, it's the ritual itself. Using the products becomes a way to sort of look after your mental and emotional state, too. Market research is apparently picking up on the psychological benefits people report, like feeling relaxed, easing stress, even finding a moment of mindfulness during their routine.
So less about the final mirror check and more about the process of putting on the serum, maybe.
Exactly. The whole sensory experience becomes key. The texture, the scent, the feeling of it. People choose products for the comfort they provide, the calm, that little moment of personal indulgence.
That rings true for me. My evening skincare thing, it's definitely partly about winding down, signaling me time, not just, fighting wrinkles.
And that's precisely the kind of thing this research is uncovering. It lines up with bigger cultural shifts too, doesn't it? The focus on wellness, mental health, living more holistically.
Yeah, especially with younger generations, maybe. Millennials, Gen Z, authenticity and emotional well-being seem really important there.
Definitely. And it's not just about the immediate feeling either. The article mentions people looking more closely at ingredients, things that genuinely benefit skin health long-term, not just cover things up.
Right, like wanting clean ingredients, natural stuff.
Yeah, and that ties into ethical concerns too. Sustainability, responsible sourcing. It's all part of a bigger picture where beauty includes how you feel inside, not just how you look outside.
So many people are buying for personal comfort, maybe connecting with themselves rather than just trying to impress others or get validation.
It seems that way. And that's a huge insight, isn't it? The blog post warns that brands ignoring this shift, well, they might be missing a big opportunity or even pushing people away.
Okay, so if that's the shift, how are brands actually finding this out? How does market research bridge that gap between the old confidence message and this newer self-care motivation?
Well, this is where the research really shines, according to the article. They're using a mix of methods, big surveys, quantitative stuff to see the broad trends,
The numbers.
but also, really importantly, in-depth qualitative things like interviews, focus groups.
To get the stories behind the numbers.
Exactly. The why. And they're even using things like social media analyzing how people talk about beauty online naturally without being prompted by a survey question.
So they're digging deeper than just, does this make you feel confident? They're looking at the whole emotional experience.
Precisely. They analyze the language people use, the habits they describe. It reveals these layered emotional benefits, and understanding that lets brands create marketing that feels more, well, real.
Yeah.
More authentic.
Yeah.
They can blend that empowerment message with wellness themes. We're starting to see it, I think. Campaigns celebrating self-expression, maybe resilience, self-love, alongside the confidence stuff.
I feel like I have noticed advertising changing. A bit less perfection, maybe.
Right. And it's not just marketing. This research feeds directly into product development. We're seeing more hybrid products pop up.
Hybrid, like what?
Like skincare with calming botanicals known for relaxation, or makeup that actually supports skin health, not just covers it.
Ah, okay. Addressing both looking good and feeling good in one bottle.
Exactly. And this push is coming from consumers demanding more transparency about ingredients, about ethical sourcing, about whether the product actually works. Research helps brands figure out what matters most.
And personalization, too.
Yeah, the article mentions that using data to understand individual routines, individual goals, whether that's self-care or confidence, and tailoring messages, maybe even products to match.
So moving away from one-size-fits-all confidence towards something more empathetic.
I think that's the idea. The blog post suggests this research-driven path helps brands not just stay relevant, but seem like partners who actually get the complex reasons why we buy beauty products.
Okay, so research points the way. What kinds of actual marketing strategies are brands using now to reflect this self-care focus?
The blog outlines some really interesting shifts. A big one is this move towards, authentic storytelling. More vulnerability.
How so?
Sharing real stories, maybe less polished, less filtered, sometimes even touching on imperfections or mental well-being. It's about creating a genuine emotional connection, normalizing that stuff.
That feels quite different from the aspirational, perfect image of the past.
It really is. Another thing is wellness collaborations. Brands teaming up with, say, yoga instructors, mental health advocates, lifestyle bloggers.
Right, embedding the beauty product into a wider wellness context.
Exactly. It's not just about the cream. It's about how it fits into your overall well-being. And then there are these immersive experiences.
Yeah.
Virtual consultations, maybe guided tutorials on how to turn your skincare routine into a mindful ritual, even apps that help with relaxation alongside using the product. It's trying to engage people beyond just the purchase.
Making the routine itself feel more like self-care.
Precisely. And as we touched on, sustainability and ethics are huge now in marketing, highlighting eco-friendly packaging, cruelty-free testing, social initiatives. That really connects with people who see responsible buying as part of their self-care or values. Diverse representation is also key. Showing a wide range of people reinforces that these needs, confidence, self-care, are universal. It's about inclusivity.
Yeah, that feels like table stakes now, almost.
It really should be. And finally, community building. Creating spaces, online or off, where people can share tips, experiences, support each other. It fosters belonging around these shared practices.
So brands are trying to be more like facilitators.
Yeah.
Not just sellers.
I think that's a good way to put it. Moving from just selling stuff to helping people with their overall wellness and empowerment. It's a deeper relationship they're aiming for.
Makes sense. And this double-focus confidence and self-care must be changing the actual products on the shelves too, right? Not just the ads.
Oh, absolutely. The blog post really emphasizes this impact on product development. A major trend is what we mentioned earlier, multifunctional or hybrid products.
Oh, the ones doing double duty.
Yeah, things that give you that cosmetic look, but also have, say, aromatherapy benefits or skin-nourishing ingredients in makeup, or serums that help your skin's microbiome and make it look smooth.
So consumers want products that work harder, basically, addressing looks and feelings.
Pretty much. And the whole clean beauty thing, that's getting even bigger. More demand for transparency about what's in the product, what's not in it. Brands are reformulating, being clearer about sourcing.
And personalization seems like a big part of this too.
Definitely. Things like AI skin analysis, digital tools helping create tailored recommendations or even custom formulas. It aligns perfectly with making beauty feel more personal, more tied to your specific self-care needs or goals.
So my routine could become totally unique to me down the line.
That's the direction things seem to be heading. And even the experience of using the product is getting more attention. Think about packaging, textures, since they're being designed more carefully to make the application feel, soothing, indulgent, a real self-care moment.
It's not just about the end result anymore.
Exactly. And we're seeing beauty companies even branch out, right? Getting into supplements, aromatherapy oils, stress relief gadgets, blurring the lines between beauty and holistic health.
Wow, so innovation isn't just about looking younger or different anymore. It's about enhancing your overall quality of life, tackling emotional and mental wellness too.
That seems to be the trajectory, yeah.
Yeah.
A much more integrated view of what beauty means.
So looking ahead then, what does this all mean for the future? How will brands keep balancing this confidence thing with the self-care movement?
The article suggests a few key directions. We'll likely see even more integration of things supporting emotional well-being, stress reduction, mindfulness directly into products and marketing. That mind-beauty connection is becoming really central.
Like beauty routines becoming mental health practices almost.
Kind of, yeah, or at least acknowledging the link much more explicitly. And consumers will probably demand more immersive experiences from brands, not just a good product, but things like virtual try-ons, maybe online wellness workshops, interactive content that fits into their lifestyle.
Going beyond the bottle.
Right. And AI and data will make customization even more precise, potentially factoring in individual needs, maybe even health conditions, to tailor recommendations.
Making it super personalized.
Exactly. And the ethical side, sustainable sourcing, eco-packaging, social responsibility, is probably moving from a nice-to-have to a must-have, a basic expectation. Self-care becomes linked to caring for the planet, too.
That makes sense.
And brands that succeed in building real communities, fostering connections around these shared self-care ideas, they're likely to build much deeper loyalty.
So brands need to be more than just suppliers. They need to be part of a whole wellness ecosystem.
That seems to be the takeaway. The article throws in a pretty powerful statistic from a 2024 global study.
Oh, yeah.
It found 72% of consumers buy beauty mainly for emotional well-being or self-care, compared to only 48% who cited appearance-related confidence as the main driver.
Wow, 72 versus 48. That's a big difference.
It really is. And it also said 65% prefer brands that actively talk about and promote wellness and mental health. Those numbers really show how much the landscape has shifted.
Yeah, no kidding. It really drives home how consumer priorities have changed.
It does. The future seems pretty clearly tied to this broader sense of well-being.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. It's clear that while confidence was the old standard in beauty marketing, consumers are increasingly looking at beauty through this lens of self-care. And that shift is forcing a pretty major evolution in how brands market themselves and develop products.
That's right. I think the real aha moment here is realizing the beauty industry isn't just about fixing the outside anymore. It's becoming much more about nurturing the inside, too. That emotional connection, that sense of well-being.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
Think about your own beauty rituals.
Huh.
Why do you do them? Is it mostly for that confidence boost? Is it more about carving out that moment of self-care? Or, like many people, is it probably a mix of both?
Yeah, and how does understanding that maybe change how you feel about the brands you buy or what you look for next time?
Definitely something interesting to mull over. That intersection of beauty and well-being is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's clearly where things are headed. Thanks for diving deep with us today.